I'm Mason Mount. You're listening to the London is Blue podcast.
All right, well, here's the deal. As much as we are excited about Hakim Ziyech and Timo Werner coming to Chelsea, it ain't happening right now. What we do have instead is a Premier League to wrap up, a race for top four, potentially an FA Cup trophy. So just in case you've forgotten, Liverpool are still running away with the title. We could not get them to have it voided, so that would go away from them. They will get that.
Tried really hard, though. Really tried
hard. Man City in second, Leicester City in third on 53 points, Chelsea in fourth on 48 points. Behind us in fifth is United on 45, Sheffield United on 44, who, if we're being honest, should have jumped ahead of United.
Asterix.
Woof. Hawkeye technology. So, it's a very tight race for the top. Tottenham still think they have a shot at 41 points. Wolves are above them on 43 points. So, there's still work to be done. 538 probabilities. Dan put this in here. Looks like Chelsea have a 79% chance of getting top four, but United have a 77% chance as well. So the only difference is that's because they're ruling City out. So we don't want to get fifth and hope that happens, especially after FFP was just relaxed. So with that being said, Nick, Villa is first up. So we'll be going to Villa this coming Sunday. The match, Villa snuck a point. They didn't look great, against Sheffield, but, they were the first match. They've now knocked off the proverbial rust that we have not, even though we've scrimmaged, who is it? Brentford and QPR or something like that behind closed doors. So.
Yeah, look, if we're honest, this is a team that regardless of situation that we should just beat. I mean, they are not very good. They still have a lot of long-term injuries that are not coming back. Wesley is not going to be their starting striker for this match. And Chelsea should hypothetically be fresh and ready with a lot of players that we haven't necessarily had access to pick for a long time. So you look at, the fact that Mason Mount had a nice little break after basically playing every single match this season. Christian Pulisic is now fit. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is now fit. Tammy Abraham, hopefully is getting rid of some of those knocks and bulking up a little bit. And the fact that, Villa are going to be tired. They just played. While they may have knocked off the rust, I think, Dan, this has to be a W. I mean, I think I would tee up this entire section by saying you just bought Timo Werner. You've already bought Hakim Ziyech. You are basically committed to playing Champions League football next year. Now you need to go earn it. And that's kind of a scary proposition for Chelsea right now.
Hell or high water. It has to happen by hook or by crook, which the more British terminology for it. But top four is a requirement. Locking this up is totally within our destiny because we're already in fourth and we have a point advantage. So win out is the easiest way to do that. However, we won't. I think the more interesting thing to me is looking at the remaining matches that have to be played. And so, we have a match against City. We have a match against Sheffield. We have a match against Liverpool at the end of the season, who we almost beat twice this year. And we weren't even at full strength the two times that happened. And we have to play Wolves the last game of the season. So that right there is four matches, not even including the FA Cup match against Leicester City that we have to play still against top competition. But it's also not a foregone conclusion that Leicester, who have to play in their last three games, Sheffield United, they have to play Tottenham, and they have to play Man United in their last three. They could fall out of the top four. It is not without the realm of possibility where Leicester falls out, Chelsea pops up, and then Man United or Wolves ends up condensing up there, and Leicester's out of – and now Ben Chilwell maybe needs to be sold because they're looking at Europa League instead of Champions League.
Oh, they were never budgeting for either of those. Let's be honest; it's all gravy for them.
look at Everton and Arsenal too. You laugh at Arsenal and rightfully so because they're terrible.
Correct.
But Everton, Arsenal, Sheffield United, Spurs, United, that's tough. I mean, regardless of what you think of those teams at any level, and you could make a huge argument that we're one of their tougher matches within that. It's not going to be an easy run-in for them. And, Chelsea have some matches at least that we should hypothetically win, against lower level kind of bottom 6 opposition.
Yeah, Norwich, Watford, Villa. I mean, those are the ones that you would essentially chalk up and say that should be a show up, do the business. Now, the Villa is just weird because it has been a break. You just don't know how the Chelsea players are going to react. It's the unknown. Hopefully they come out, look like KDB, where they didn't skip a freaking beat and they're back to world beaters. But you don't know until you see it. So there's always some skepticism or concern, and I get that. I think. United lost a lot of momentum when the season broke, but they allegedly have Pogba back and some other players healthy as if he wants to play for them. And I think to your point, Dan, I guess I'm surprised if Leicester would drop out. And I know, the whole point is that it's not a foregone conclusion. So that FA Cup match against them could be really interesting because it, could be a moral victory, could be an on-field victory. If, they get tossed out of that, lose a couple games, all of a sudden the wheels start to fall off the cart, and who knows what Brendan Rodgers has up his sleeve, at that point. But overall, yeah.
They've got 8 points, right? They've got 8 points ahead of Man United. So Man United in 5th has to claim 8 points off of the remaining the 9 games just to get level, either by dropped or addition on either end. So we have the tighter piece of it, but I look at the fixture list and I feel like Leicester have a really, really rough run. I think United actually have a pretty favorable run. I think Sheffield will be kind of interesting. They've got a block of Wolves, us, and then Leicester, which could be interesting. I think Wolves actually, I don't know about you, Nick. I think Wolves are a potential rob someone of a Champions League spot type of team.
Yeah, I mean, if they come back and play the way they're capable of playing, I mean, we certainly caught them early on in the season. And probably one of my favorite matches of the year when they just weren't up to speed yet. I mean, it was
Tamori.
Clear that, just banging in goals from the halfway line. But Wolves also has Sheffield. They have Arsenal. They have Everton. A tough game against Burnley. They never seem to play well against Burnley. And then they have us to finish. So, especially interesting to see if they come back healthy and ready to kind of take that next step, because they really haven't this year. It was a team that I was really looking at the entire kind of preseason going, I don't know, man, Nuno's a good manager. They have some really good players. And they just haven't kind of taken that next step yet. So they are a threat though. Don't get me wrong. I agree with that, Dan. I think they're legitimately a threat.
Surprised they've lost 10 matches. That's a lot. So they're the highest
early on though.
Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Spurs have lost 10. Can't read the table. They've lost 6, but they've just had they have 13 draws to 10 wins. So again, they just can't get it over the line with them, and that's kind of their thing, at least this season. But the fact they're still in 7 plus 7 goal difference, is nothing to balk at either. So, I think it's the last thing I'll kind of wrap up with this is UEFA coming out and saying that the Champions League matches are going to be played in, was it late August?
Yeah, mid-August. So I think starting on the 7th.
Either way, after the Premier League, we can go take that L to Bayern when things don't really matter, because we know we're going to get knocked out. But to not have it be in the middle of the Premier League season, to not maybe weigh on your conscience like, damn, we did get rolled by Bayern. I'm okay with that. Push that out.
Alternative scenario. Bayern hasn't played. Well, Bayern hasn't played for a month while we've been playing football, because their season ends basically in 3 weeks. Alternative scenario.
Their season's over already. They won the league. They're done.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But they won't be match fit, whatever match fit is now. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Dude, oh man, Nick, that would be the most just.
And I'm not an optimistic
stupid,
person.
wild
That's
thing. It's a
not
fair
me.
point. I didn't think of it. I didn't think about that. You know, the Bundesliga
We
start
just
early,
need to-
ends early.
I think to get us out, though, we should ask the question. Chelsea are in 4th right now. Do Chelsea finish the Premier League season as it stands today in 4th place?
I'll just give you top 4. Like, we'll finish top 4.
I'm worried.
Yeah,
I'm
but
really
you also
worried.
had us in, what, 7th or something like that?
I had 6th. Come on. First of all,
12th
and
place.
everybody else got fucking bailed out because everybody in the table has been so bad this year. So bad. Epically bad. We have actually lucked out. I'm worried, though. I think we have to win at Villa this weekend to get off to a good start. And this team does need confidence. But you have to remember they are a young team. We need them to kind of feel that energy again. And we need these players who have maybe been knocked up or had knocks throughout the year, not knocked up. Fair enough. We need, Tammy to come back firing. We need Mason to, look like he's healthy again because he was kind of just gutting it out towards, kind of the end of March. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I think it's
I'm worried.
fair. Look, like I said, I just need to get one under the belt. I need to go pummel Villa, settle the nerves. The players need it. The fans need it. It's
If we
just a
can
lot
get a
of
draw at City or draw at home to City, then I feel great.
Yeah.
But I think we have to get something out of that match. We can't, we can't just trade some of these lower level oppositions with, losses to, top 4,
Yeah,
All right.
City needs to go on a bit of a tear for us. That would be fantastic.